When I first started my business, I had no idea what a mastermind was. But one day, someone invited me to be part of a growth group, which I now identify as essentially a mastermind. My name is Kelly. I'm a financial coach, and I am growing my business step by step, and I'm taking you along on the journey. So today, I'm going to a mastermind. And I've been part of this for a few months now, and I just got to thinking that would be the perfect subject matter for my video today. In fact, I'm hoping to be able to just get some short clips from the people who are in the mastermind to be able to add to this video. But if you're familiar with me, I'm not that great at editing videos. So if I'm not able to get it into this video, then I'll put it in a future video.
The biggest benefit of being part of a mastermind is the wisdom of the other people. It's having somebody else's perspective, getting new ideas, and getting to kind of mine the thoughts of your co-masterminders.
Well, I agree with Kayla, my friend, on mining the ideas and troubleshooting in particular, helping each other there. But I would say the second would be accountability, because you have a deadline and you have to set your goals and reach them. So there's grace, obviously, if you can't, but it's good to have that in place because it keeps you moving forward.
And so, all right, so these masterminds, I was invited to be part of this growth group. It was about around 8 people, and they met from 7:30 to 8 in the morning, 3 days a week. And so when I heard 3 days a week, I was like, wow, they are committed. And so, but I went ahead and joined anyway. I thought this might be an opportunity to learn something. And what surprised me the most was this group was full of business owners and people who loved personal development. And I love all those things too. And so these people were so kind and good. I was far behind them in business, but they were so helpful to me. They wanted to know what I did and how they could help. And many of them brought me into their business to do my budgeting workshop for their employees. And then along the way, they helped me with advertising and connections. Some of them put me in contact with personal friends. And so it absolutely catapulted my business. Then after about 6-8 months of doing that, the guy who was doing it needed to shut it down due to other commitments that he had in his life. And so I felt the loss greatly after that. Although I will say that those friendships that I made in the group are still having an impact on my life now. I go to them sometimes for advice. I go to them for connections. And so they are the ones who like my posts and give advice and those kind of things. So those weren't wasted months. They were absolutely relationships that I am so thankful for. So anyway, I felt that loss extreme and I was kind of going along. And then someone else asked me to be a part of a mastermind. It was a local business owner, and she owns several businesses in town, and she just decided she'd like to get a couple of coaches together and do a mastermind. And so there was only 3 of us, and we did that for a while. And again, the group needed to be shut down because of something that she had going on with family and that type of thing. So she had to shut the group down. Well, this time I realized this was such a good thing for my business that I did not want to let it go. And so I talked to her and I said, look, would I be able to continue this group if I'm the one that initiates it and does the background stuff for it? And she said, absolutely. I would love to be part of the group, but I just don't want the responsibility of it all right now. And so that was the perfect in for me. I was able to kind of take the helm of that. And so we've been doing that about 5-6 months now, back with the same group of 3 of us. And we sit and we talk. We meet every 2 weeks for just an hour. We pretty much try to keep it on the hour point, so none of us feel like it's a huge commitment. And we sit down and we talk through things that we've done for the last 2 weeks, the things that we've struggled with, the things that are successes. And it's fun to get to share things in your business, successes and things that you're excited about with other people who understand you. Because the average person you're talking to is like, can we talk about something else? This is kind of boring. When you get on a rant about how your business is really excelling or how you are just feeling terrible because things aren't going well, the average person really is not very entertained by that. So it is an unusual group of people to be able to sit and talk to them about your business. So we have talked about websites, professional pictures. We've talked about advertising. We've talked about coloring that we want to use in our advertising. Just on and on and on the benefits go. One lady in the group is just published a book, and so the other lady in the group, she owns several businesses. And so honestly, I'm just going to say selfishly, I have learned so much. They are far ahead of me in business, and so I get to benefit so much from them, and hopefully they benefit from me as well. And so if you're not part of a mastermind, I encourage you to start one. If you have had the opportunity to be part of one, take the time and do it. I really think that it is beneficial to be part of a mastermind. And so, and if you haven't been offered the opportunity, then it may be you who needs to start one. And you can just get several business owners together or several friends who are entrepreneurs or people who are doing what you're doing and ask them if they can be part of the group and go ahead and get that started. I won't tell you how we do the meetings right now. Probably in another video, I'll tell you the way that we do the meetings. But I'll tell you this, it is simple. And I'm realizing from doing these videos that I am all about simple. I didn't really realize that until I started doing these videos. And I mean, it feels like it's a story of my life. It's my goal to be simple on everything. And so that's part of the reason that my budgeting system is so different from other budgeting systems, is because it is simple. All right. So I would encourage you to start a mastermind. And then the last thing I want to encourage you to do, if you're part of a mastermind, be honest with the people in the group. Now, obviously, I know you're not going to gut yourself with everything that's going on in your life. I'm not saying that. But be honest where you're at in your business. Don't try to act like you have it all together. I'm guilty of this, trying to act like I'm higher up and doing more than I really am. And these people, the only way that you're going to get true benefit from this is by being honest with them, telling them if you're struggling with your website and you've got no traction, telling them that you've been calling business owners cold calls and you're not getting any traction there. Nobody's calling you back. Sometimes these people can put you in contact with personal friends. Tell them if you don't know how to advertise or whatever issues you're having in your business, go ahead and share it with them and see if they can give advice. And most people who are business owners, it seems like they want to help. I honestly, in my town, I have talked to so many business owners, and I can't think of one of them that hasn't been more than helpful. They have bent over backwards to be helpful to me. And so that is saying something about a group of people. And so I think entrepreneurs and business owners are good people to learn from and grow from. So if you haven't had an opportunity to be part of a mastermind, you might be the catalyst. You might be the one that needs to initiate it. And so I encourage you to do that. And let me know how it goes in the comments. And I'll talk to you on the next video. Bye-bye.